Welcome back to Hermitcraft. Alright, well, this thing is slowly but surely starting to shape up. And, frankly, I want to say also that I would have been recording this episode last night, if not for the fact that my internet completely dropped out on me. Absolutely, completely, and totally gone. So that's why this episode is, as I'm sure you have noticed, somewhat extremely freaking late. This is what I get for living stuck out here in the boondocks. Not much can be done about that, except deal with it and move on. Okay, anyway, go ahead and get this concrete down here. Now, several folks have pointed out to me that my assumption about the concrete and how it gets converted from powder to block was apparently incorrect, and confirmed so by checking the wiki, because when I realize I'm that far out of date on something, one of the first things I do is check up on the wiki to see how things work. But apparently, it just needs to have water flowing onto it. And of course this is going to nuke my torches, but I can put those back. Alright, this will give me the nice flat black hard surface that I'm looking for here. Alright. And I've got some white concrete here too. Let's see. No, not there. Okay, and then just gets... Okay, it's hard to see the joins between the blocks with the black concrete. But this is what I want to do here. I probably should have done this center row a little bit more manually, but that's alright. There. This is the sort of thing I'm looking for here. Yeah. And one more. Come on. There. Okay. That's good. I got to get my torches put back, and then it's going to be time, once I get some daylight going on, to start doing something I know everybody's going to love, and it thrills the daylights out of me too, so don't feel too bad about it. And that is, it's going to be time to start messing around with some redstone circuit again. Isn't that going to be fun? Alright, well, for anybody that looks at this and thinks that it looks like a road, well, that's not too far off. Not a road, a runway. As in a small regional airport runway, that kind of thing. I think that's appropriate to a modern day-ish sort of kind of fort-like thing. But there's something else that it needs. Runway lights. What I want to do is have 2 sets of these, one on either side. Properly aligned with each other. Yeah. Oh, I don't guess that matters too much. Well, let's fix it anyway. Because this is a temporary setup anyhow. What I want to try to do here is to figure out a way that I can have probably back in the cabin somewhere, or maybe up in the tower. I want to have a switch that I can turn this circuit on. That's the easy part. The fun part is I want this to turn on, and then this to turn on, and then that to turn on, and then that to turn off, and this to turn on, and this to turn off, and that to turn, you know. I want the signal to just kind of proceed down the line. Just having the lights go on, and the next ones come on, and the old ones go, and the previous ones go off. I'm not quite sure how to do that. So, alright, let's see. I'm just going to put this here as, that's where it's going to be turned on at. So we'll have redstone coming out of there. And you see, I can already see that that needs to not be there. Let's have it positioned back here, more central-like. There. Redstone coming out of here. And we need it to come down here. More than likely, yeah, repeaters will be a part of that. So already, turn that on. Whoops. And I can see this is going to have to move back. So let's put it here. Because actually what I want here is I want this lever to turn on a circuit that will start a pulse going through here. And it will go through here, and we'll have repeater and redstone, and repeater and redstone all the way down. And let's just take it a few blocks for right now. I don't know, will it work like that? No, sir, it won't. Okay, that will. All right. Now what I want to do here put some delay on these. And let's delay these as well. All right. Wait a minute. Let's see here. See, the delay obviously isn't enough. Alright, so I'll need more repeaters. Alright. Now if I put down a lever and flip it on and off, signal goes around and does its thing, but it's kind of slow, so now it's time to speed it back up. Alright. Give it a pulse, turn it off. Alright, that's good. And the same circuit should continue to work with a block here instead of a dot. Okay. Alright, this is kind of the effect I want. Right, let me stretch this out. Get some more pieces involved here. Or maybe all of them. Why not? Okay, add some repeaters here. Alright, now let's go pulse this thing and see how it works. That's very close to what I want. Yeah. And of course the circuit would be duplicated on that side. Now mind you, it's not going to be on the surface. I'm messing around with it here, but where I want is to have the lamps flush with the surface, or maybe sticking up, I'm not sure, and the circuitry to be under the ground. So I want the circuit out of sight, but I'm developing it up here. Okay, that's no good. That one needs at least a little bit of delay. Put another tick on there. No. Take, how about 2 ticks there? How about 3? The off time isn't very long. Oh great, now it's in a condition where it's the loop is all non-stop. That's crazy. Alright. That will work right there. The question becomes now, you see what I want to do is the main switch that runs the thing, I want to turn the switch on and have it run. And I want to turn the switch off and have the whole thing stop. That part's going to be a trick, isn't it? But, let's see, there's got to be some way to deal with this. Turning the switch on, we want to fire a pulse. That much I've figured out. So, if I take a sticky piston and run the line to it, that's not quite right. What I want it to do is to have the signal come on briefly and then shut off. But I want to... This is hard to figure out here, so I tell you what I'm going to do. I am going to muss around a little bit off camera and see if I can come up with something that will at least come close to doing what I'm wanting here. Otherwise, I'm going to drive everybody and myself completely nuts trying to do it on camera. Well, it seems that I may have actually, possibly by accident, come up with a circuit that will do what I want. And what makes me proud of it is I didn't stop to look up tutorials or wiki articles or anything else about how to do this. I just futzed around with it until I got something that worked. And yeah. So basically, turn the lever on. Turn the lever on, it does two things. First, signal comes over here and it turns this piston on, which throws this block here in the corner between these repeaters so that to continue the signal. And yeah, that happens. Not sure why. Also, it comes over here, fires this piston, which the block conducts the signal through briefly. It makes it into a pulse former or edge thing or something. I don't know. But basically, now this is, well, watch, this time it'll work. And it's doing exactly what I wanted it to. This has come on, it's cycling through here, and then when I turn the switch off, this piston will relax and it will break the circuit and stop the lights. And now I can turn it back on. And it seems like every other time I go to turn it back on, this is getting stuck. Now watch, it'll work. I'm not sure why it is. Sometimes it'll come on and stay on like that. Oh. Because the piston is letting go. The sticky piston is letting go of the block. Okay. Put that on a 2-tick delay. Does that change it any? It looks like it. All right. Okay, we don't seem to have any more of this stuck on thing. Apparently the 1 tick delay is just too fast for a sticky piston to keep a hold of what it's doing. Alright. Now the only thing I have to do with this circuit now is to move it underground. For the moment, I'm not sure whether the lamps need to be flush with the ground or sticking up like they are. Not 100% sure about that. I don't know. Probably flush with the ground would be better. So, let's see. Now, just kind of spitballing here a little bit. Okay, so we have a torch on here, and then a block on there. Basically, torch ladder this thing up a little bit. And then on top of that, we put the lamp. The idea being that would be flush with the ground. All the rest of this would be under. And this here is to bring the signal up and at the same time keep it from being inverted so it's on when we want it on. Although I'm not sure that would be... Well, let's find out if it would matter. Just do something similar over here with just one torch. Well, there is that. So maybe that arrangement will be better. Alright, let me turn this on. It's going. Alright. No. That needed to be this. Let's break that. Get over here out of the way. Okay, it's working. So that elevates the circuit up so that if these are flush with the ground, all this mess is underground, out of sight. And then all I have to do is run a string of redstone and repeaters to put the lever wherever I want it to turn the system on. Alright. That's great. I don't know. There's probably better, more awesome, or epically efficient ways to do this, but you know something? I'm not concerned about that. This works. That's enough for me. At least for right now. I don't know. I'm no redstone guru, and I will never, ever, for as long as I live, tell how long it took me to come up with this. From the time that I cut out to work on it until when I cut back in. I am never going to reveal how long that was. Never, ever. No way. It was embarrassing. I'll put it that way. But it seems to be working. Looks like it's working every time now. And I'm good with that. So the next step is going to be to get a sufficient area dug out down below, move the circuit down there, and get it all built up and working. And I think until I actually get that done, I'm going to leave this thing here on the surface like so that I don't have to try to reinvent it. Yeah. But there you go. And that will suffice for approach lighting. Lights that cycle like that, pointing the direction towards the runway. That's the whole idea. Approach lighting. It's a runway, it needs approach lighting. Whether it needs it or not, it needs it. If that makes any sense whatsoever. Okay. I know this isn't very long in the way of videos, but I have already been at this for far longer than I should have been. I mean, you take somebody like Tango or Mumbo or Impulse or Izuma or anybody, they probably could have whipped this thing up in 3 minutes. If that. So, yeah. In any event, I'm going to call it for today right here with a successfully working bit of redstone. Thanks for watching. Take it easy. I am out of here.